When most people think about retirement, they picture lazy mornings with no alarm clocks, maybe some golf or traveling to places they've always dreamed of. But here's the kicker. Without enough money saved up, that dream can turn into a nightmare. Unfortunately, that's the reality for a lot of people. We're talking about what some call the retirement savings crisis. It's a huge deal, and it's not going away anytime soon. Let's dive into how much money people have saved for retirement and explore ways to solve this issue. You might be surprised at what we uncover, so stay tuned. My name is Ronald, and I help teach people about money, personal finance, and investing. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. Let's start with the basics. How much do people actually have saved for retirement? Well, the numbers aren't pretty. If you're around 55 to 64 years old in the U.S., the median amount in your retirement account is about $185,000. This information is from a 2022 survey of consumer finances. Now, that might sound like a lot at first, but think about it. If you're planning to retire at 65 and live another 20 years or more, that cash is going to disappear fast. With a 4% safe withdrawal rate, this only provides about $7,400 per year in income. And with no new money coming in, you've got to stretch that $185,000 over decades. That's assuming you don't face any major health issues or other surprises. For those approaching retirement, specifically individuals between 45 and 54, the situation is concerning. On average, this group has only managed to accumulate around $115,000 in their retirement accounts. They may have some time left before they're ready to retire, but with just over $100,000 saved, they still have a significant gap to close before they're truly prepared. Moving down the age spectrum, the financial picture doesn't get any rosier. Those in the 35 to 44 age bracket have a median retirement savings of about $45,000. Given that they're potentially 20 to 30 years away from retirement, they still have some time to build their nest eggs. But unless they really ramp up their savings efforts, they could be facing a major shortfall when it's time to retire. For the youngest group, those under 35, the median retirement savings is even smaller, with less than $12,000 set aside. While they do have the most time ahead of them to save, this figure highlights a worrying trend. Student debt, rising living costs, and perhaps a lack of financial literacy are contributing to this low savings rate. Without a big change in savings behavior or income growth, this group could find themselves in a difficult position later in life. Most people are counting on Social Security to fill in the gaps. But here's the thing. Social Security was never meant to be a retirement plan. It's supposed to cover around 40% of what you were making before you retired. So, where's the other 60% supposed to come from? Ideally, that's where your savings or pension would step in. But for a lot of people, the math just doesn't add up. There are tons of reasons why people aren't saving enough for retirement. Wages just aren't keeping up with the cost of living, which keeps going up. For many, it's hard enough to cover rent, groceries, and other necessities. Saving for something that's decades away can feel impossible when you're just trying to make it through the month. On top of that, people are weighed down by a variety of debts, student loans, credit card debt, and other financial obligations. This makes it even more challenging to focus on saving for retirement. But here's the good news. There are ways to turn things around. Whether it's starting small with automated savings, tackling high-interest debt first, or investing wisely, you can still take control of your financial future. It's never too late or too early to start building your retirement fund. They find themselves overwhelmed with debt. The constant pressure to manage and reduce these financial liabilities often means that building a retirement fund gets pushed to the back burner. Let's be real. Most of us weren't taught about this stuff. Retirement planning wasn't a class many of us took seriously, if we had it at all. A lot of people are just winging it when it comes to saving for their future. And let me tell you, winging it is not a recipe for success. What's even more concerning is that many people don't see this as an issue. They're living for today, focusing on things that bring immediate happiness, the latest tech, dining out, that spontaneous weekend getaway. There's nothing wrong with living in the moment. But here's the problem. They're not balancing today's enjoyment with preparing for tomorrow. Prioritizing things like driving the latest car over securing their financial future is setting them up for trouble down the road. So what happens if you don't have enough saved up for retirement? Spoiler alert, it's not good. Your standard of living could take a major hit. Instead of traveling or pursuing hobbies, you might find yourself stressing over how to pay the bills. Many retirees end up relying heavily on Social Security or other government programs just to get by. But with Social Security's future looking uncertain, that's not exactly comforting. Some are even forced to keep working well into their 70s despite their health or energy levels. This isn't just a personal problem, it's a societal one too. As more people rely on government aid, it puts a strain on public resources. And with retirees spending less, economic growth slows down, which affects everyone. So what can we do to fix the retirement savings crisis? It's going to take a team effort. When individuals understand the importance of saving early, the power of compound interest, and how different retirement accounts work, they're better equipped to make smart financial decisions. Knowledge is key. Budgeting, investing, and long-term financial planning aren't just for the rich. They can benefit anyone who takes the time to learn. The sooner you start, the more powerful these tools become. People need to take ownership of their financial situation. No more blaming others or circumstances. It's up to each of us to create a plan, take action, and stay committed. Complaining won't help, but responsibility and consistent effort will. The retirement savings crisis isn't going to solve itself. It's a huge issue that affects millions of people, and it's only going to get worse if we don't act now. But the good news is, we can do something about it. There are steps we can take, both individually and as a society, to ensure we're better prepared for the future. But we've got to act now, because retirement is going to sneak up on us faster than we think. If this video has been helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips on money, personal finance, and investing. Let's work together to solve the retirement savings crisis, starting today.